5 effectively for OXG because Kino's not going to be in the server on defense. So it's going to be a fun start for XSET because that is where they start their journey on the defensive side.
I like these bans, and as you pointed out, I like that we're starting to see more Finka bans, frankly. And that'll be a target ban against Newers. You said that there was a conversation on social media yesterday about people being washed up once Finka gets nerfed, which should be coming soon, hopefully. Cross your fingers, cross your toes. Perform whatever pagan rituals you might want to do to try and will this nerf into action. But either way, Newers will spend the first 6 rounds on another operator. When they talked about how there won't be a Finka available, one of the operators that they said they'd flex onto is Iana, and that's exactly who Newers is going to play first round.
And I interviewed Newers after, well, the last time I was here actually, and I was like, Newers, do you think, you know, if people start target banning your Finka that you're going to like not do as good? He's like, nah, I'm the best.
We actually wouldn't do as good, you do as well.
Do as well then. As amazing as he has, breaking 100 kills to the first player. And he goes, no, because I'm good, and I'm not a crotch Finka player. So now, Newers, you got your chance to prove that in the final game against XSET for first place, that is. And of course, Iana, great operator to do that with. ARX does so much damage, 47 damage, 700-something fire rate. It is one of the best guns in the game, period. And you still get those double grenades and the Gun 6 utilities, so you really don't lose a whole lot besides that crazy LMG and healing effects from the Finka. Quiet first round so far as OXG are slowly creeping towards the building on the study balcony and taking downstairs in lobby control. It's going to be a study-oriented front-side take, and of course at this level of play, going for a direct study hit is very difficult because of all that focus on the top main stairs. So OXG are trying to both take the study balcony, take the lobby itself, trying to work some of that grenades from downstairs, trying to find some kills, some damage. A slow start nonetheless.
Oh, damage being done, but you got the Kona stations upright, and Kino makes a very quick celebratory lap around the bomb site to heal himself back up to full HP. Because Finka is banned out, there is no medic on attack. So when you start to take damage, the only thing that can actually get you back to life is if you run into a Kona station or your opponent has Doc and accidentally shoots you with one of those stim pistols. That's it. There's no way to top you up. And that can actually be a problem for some of these attacking lineups because obviously Finka brings a ton to the table, but we see tons of chip damage that gets done, and there's no way to rectify that. Dream, for example, is a full bullet less in a gunfight of a man than he was at the start of this round. No, not personality-wise. I'm talking physically.
Health-wise.
Health-wise, of course. Dream is still a whole man as far as I am aware. Either way. There's the very first pick. Yaga takes down Newers. He's finished off. The Yana no more. Spirit's actually credited with the kill onto that one. Even though it's an Aviator Games defense, there's a very big focus from the defense of XSET downstairs towards living room and library to hold a very viable component of this map.
Yeah, and OXG not really doing a whole lot right now. They're kind of just waiting around. Of course, Foxy and Vert now rotating to that master bedroom area. So they're kind of trying to hit the back right now. But that 90 default camera might still be up unless the Twitch drone cleared it out earlier. But regardless, DS is there on the pillar, has the angle. It comes down to 1v1 gunfight. But his toes, his little lexies are sticking out. Bit of damage gets done, but with those Kona stations on site, I'm actually going to be topped right up. But yeah, bottom left of your screen, DS almost back to full. Oh, there we go. Back to full HP, and Kino takes Dream off the board. He is no man no more in this round, Pogger, as he is in the grave.
Well, 2 for XSET to start off with. The guns will continue to come alive. Kino fragging out quite well. You might take the smoke out of the man, but he's still going to smoke you either way. It's Foxy is the last player up for OXG. A lot of work to be done with 5 players to be found, and he'll discover Kino, but no success. What a huge and dominant start by Kino to get those final 2 picks. A nice multi-kill for him, proving that he's more than just that one-trick pony.
They do in dominant fashion, flawless in fact, and that just means that OXG, they gotta do better in the following round because you can't really do a whole lot worse. They did do a ton of damage, but with those Kona station and the round taken so long,
as coming in as they did not have any real credible Tier 1 experience, yet they seem to have fit in quite effortlessly. And Kino and Yaga, who not exactly were supporting cast on OXG, but simply weren't the stars, have really proven their value, I think, on this team. Add spirits from over towards Parabellum, and the run that they went through to qualify for SI with him on that roster, and you've got a potentially dangerous lineup. And I mean, hey, XSET made it to the Charlotte Major. Their very first stage as an official team. They finished top 4 in the North America League. And now as Stage 2 comes to a close and we find the most competitive stage in all of the North American League's history, XSET are still hanging in there. Currently in 7th place with a dead even scoreline of 4-4 through their 8 matches played so far. This is still a very, very strong team that can easily go toe-to-toe with the top, and I would not be surprised if XSET do make it to the Major, irrespective of what happens in this matchup.
I fully agree, and I had a lot of doubts with the roster originally, but they really have proven themselves, and it just goes to show that the meta game of Rainbow Six Siege, like how the game is played, is also changing a lot, because having this kind of aggressive roster with not as much support and IGLs and experience wouldn't have been as successful, in my opinion, a year ago in the past, but nowadays at how fast Rainbow Six Siege is being played at this high level, and how aggressive the meta is, like Ian and Finka on the attacking side, it just goes to show that we are in a new era of Siege where the young gunners really get to shine, and more and more of us boomers, we get to retire or fall behind on the scoreboard. And that's going to leave us to like whole new kind of style of Rainbow Six Siege. In this first minute, it's pretty fast, but it goes fast in the wrong direction because Newers, he takes out Laxing.
Well, that's going to be a tilter for OXG as well. I do think that the team that has the most to prove in this matchup is XSET. OXG is going to go in, obviously, with a lot of questions because internationally, they always seem to be on that 8th to 4th bubble, somewhere there. Getting past that is a major hurdle. Can they answer those questions with this lineup? Well, after losing Laxing, they found 2 kills. Both Spirits and Gomez on XSET are no more for this round. So a nice bounce back. Without the kill from Newers onto Laxing, the friendly fire, this would be a 5v3. And OXG would be sitting very pretty, not the case, obviously. And they've lost their Thatcher, which is particularly damning of all of the operators to lose.
It is, but thankfully they did open up that initial statue wall first and got rid of that mirror window, so at least they got that value because now the mute also is off the board. Of course, Jammers, they stick around, but a knife here from Kino onto Foxy's leg and knee means that maybe Foxy's best friend is Kino, but Kino's best friend might not be Foxy. Yogg follows up onto Jim as well, so the man is gone once again. Vert and Newers up to clutch now after a rough start to a round that was a nice comeback, is now back in a tough position.
Newers baits out Kino as the explosion goes off. Vertical next one up. Okay. Newers, triple kill, technically quad kill with the kill on the Laxing. It's Yogg on a last stand against his former teammates. He does some damage to Newers in the process. 30 seconds to go for him to wait out this position. XSET with the lead already. Could lose it. He gets swung on by Vertical, and there's no chance for Yogg at all. As well played by OXG. Through that mid-round, Newers in particular finds himself in these positions so frequently where he can net a couple kills very quickly on Kino's first round. It's a multi-kill. Second round, Newers, his own multi-kill. And it really is a battle of the 2 star players for this team. It's a 1-1 score line now as OXG takes round 2.
That it is. And we're gonna go.
Who are you gonna give first blood to in that round?
Well, I gave technically I noted it down for XSET because they're the ones that would like benefits from it.
I mean, technically OXG got the first kill onto their own teammates and then got the first kill onto XSET after that.
Exactly. So I don't know.
I mean, either way, I think you got to give it to OXG.
I guess technically you have to.
I think you don't have a choice.
I have no choice. Okay. Okay. Stats don't lie. Newers did pop off, did get both opening kills in that round. And we're going to go back to Trophy Statue once again because we deem that we don't want to go tertiary just yet. Of course, in Villa, we do see all 4 bomb sites being played. That living library bomb site has like a very low pick rate. But in the NAL, most teams typically bring it once on the defensive half. At the very least, they know how to play it if they feel like they need to, if nothing else is working. Good cheeky jump out. Nope.
Diaz was thinking it, but not quite quick enough. Instead, a late reinforcement will go up onto the vault wall. A successful defense for XSET on Aviator Games in round number 1 means that it's locked for this round. It will reopen at the tail end of the 2 minutes and 30 seconds that we have to go. Instead, it's a second attempt at XSET's trophy and statuary defense. The very first time we saw it was the last round. Did not go out so well in their favor, despite getting quite the leg up. Losing Laxing for OXG's side. A team kill from Oxygen really benefited XSET, but unfortunately for them, OXG was able to recover. Losing a Thatcher when there is wall denial to be had can be particularly damning, but as you see from the setup that XSET has onto the triple panel wall, they are not fully reinforcing it and trying to hold the hard breachers at bay. And now with the mirror window opened up, things are going to be a little bit easier. It means that XSET cannot as aggressively hold that position.
Newer sit off the edge there, falls down, gotta rappel back up. Impact goes up below. Don't think there's anything really on the wall just yet. I don't think Jim has tossed out any Selmas. Of course, that Jammer did get EMP'd, so perhaps they did try and follow up, but either way, there is one more impact in the pocket of Yogg if they need it later on. Fox doing a lot of rotation so far on Villa, just like going from window to window, trying to cut rotation so that XSET steps too far, they find that kill, but no, it's Gomez finding Laxing on that master window repel, trying to get an angle in towards the bomb side through that mirror window opening, and I'm curious as to why Dream has not opened up the walls yet.
Well, down goes Vertical. XSET, the very first pick, and then another to add to it as well with Laxing going down. And it's been an unfortunate start for Laxing in this position. Newers with those 3 kills in the previous round, looking to add to that tally now with a minute to go, and he's got a mark and a beat on 1 as an explosive goes off from below. A nice nitro cell lobbed up by Kino, but no targets found in that particular instance. There's still lots of information as to where these defenders are, and Dream gets baited in. They know that there's one playing in the corner, but XSET have a crossfire established, and Gomez a beautiful shot to peek around it, and another to follow too, as suddenly XSET have a very big command of this round. It leaves Fox, who was on the roof, to plot the demise of his team and consider what to do next as he loses more HP and is in almost unwinnable position. A 1v5. Jump into your doom, maybe. Impact was kill 2 for his trouble. A second from Gomez on the Spirits. Still hard-pressed to imagine how Fox gets out of this one, as there's just so many players from XSET watching that single jump in. Fox is no more for this world. Diaz, the very final kill. XSET goes back to the lead as we have a seesaw of a match through 3 rounds.
Yep, 1 round back and forth for go, but XSET looking comfortable right now in the driver's seat, especially in that last, of course, in the first round that was a flawless. And they're in a great position now because AVG now opens up once again, so we can escape that tertiary bomb site situation for now. And that's going to put you just in an even better position to finally get that lead and go to potentially a 3-1 scoreline. So AVG it is, no surprise there. We are going to see a similar situation as last time, where Spirit brings the shotgun on the Thunderbird. I assume because there's not a smoke on the board to like make as many holes in the floor, that both downstairs and above. And then, of course, Yogg is on the mute, can play the shotgun, can play the MP5 if he wanted to, but you also have Kino with that secondary shotgun too, so a lot of soft destruction, essentially, from the side of XSET.
Well, as we talked about the site rotation, Trophy works out a lot better the second time around, and it was a very different execute from Oxygen onto the bomb site, read out by XSET and stopped in its tracks. XSET seems to be at their best when they can channel that aggression very well and play off of the picks that they find early in the round. If you allow teams to settle in against XSET, you usually have that clutch potential there, but without the smoke and with XSET's anchor play being hurt, it seems like their on-site play is not as strong as it usually is. So roam effectively, get an early pick, and hold on to that advantage. It seems to be what works best for XSET.
He just punched the alibi prism on the ground.
It was annoying him.
Clearly.
It was in his way.
But that's rude. Minus 10 points, by the way, I just want to note. That's not good for your scoreboard scenario. And Yogg is running MP5K, by the way. That is why the Thunderbird has the shotgun. That is confirmed bottom left as we see Yogg's 31 bullets. The shotgun does not have that.
You need somebody with site destruction, site reconstruction. Kino likely has the Bailiff.
Yes, he does.
So at least there's some there, but the Bailiff is a poor substitute for the SAS shotgun that we do see as the main site construction setup. Vertical takes down Yaga, that's the very first pick. So the Mute, who has that MP5K as you talked about, will not be a factor outside of the jammers that have been assembled all over the map. Oxygen gives himself a bit of breathing room. Again, the off-site play for XSET is where they have been living and dying through these 3 rounds. If they're not able to consolidate mid-round, they're going to find themselves in some serious trouble. There's still some off-site players, by the way. Gomez being the one we're watching right now as he gets droned out by landing. Kino picks up 2 kills. All right. There's something about this bomb site in Kino that's just really magical, Nick, because this will be his second double kill that we've seen on this exact same site. Spirits with secondary sidearm, bearing 9 in hand, means Laxing will still be denied a kill. He's yet to find one. On the hunt now is OXG to close these numbers. XSET doubled up on the 2 players, and Spirits with shotgun out tries to do some damage but cannot do it. No secondary sidearm here to be found. Close range. Telltale signs the F2 down below. The sledge will peek up. That is an inopportune time, and Spirits will find the final 3 kills. As the last 2 just walk right up to him, and Kino confused by that. As I think you could say, we are too.
I'm not. When he first swung down into the lobby from that distance, you know you have a shotgun, right? Like, that's not gonna work. And then he swung again, like.
Finding himself 0-3 since the rehost, still searching for his very first kill. I mean, one of those rounds I don't think was really his fault as he peeked a window and Nurs killed him by accident.
That's true.
Either way, you still need to change something, and they've made a small adjustment. Laxing on this attacker repick, started off on the Zofia, was on Thatcher for a lot of these rounds. Now a Lion is showing itself. Other than that, the attacker repick has not been particularly prevalent.
Nope.
That's okay, you don't always need it. Find your lineup, find how it works, and then go from there. Things seemingly settled for Oxygen. The Lion will be the only real change. Against an XSET lineup that is quite trap heavy. Malusi, if you consider her gadget a trap. Capkin with the EDDs, and then the Razor Blooms from Spirits. So lots of destructive potential, and as we know, the synergy between a Razor Bloom and Malusi's Banshee is huge. If you can't get out of the way of the explosive, it'll kill you.
That it will. Thorn Pierce paired with a slowing element, and the Banshees are pretty much the best thing at doing just that. Intro from XG goes successfully as Nurs finds Yark. No refrag there from Spirits on the main stairs, swings back, but of course, with this Lion charge coming out, well, this nade is going to show your location, but the nade does not get the kill, just does a bit of damage onto Spirits, who's running away.
Not timed as effectively as it could have been, because you know with the Lion coming out, you're going to have to scamper off. Those grenades from below are so critical for a good execute. It's something that I think it was TSM has really struggled on the nades from below, if I remember correctly. Another nade expended by OXG does not find a target, so you'll have to go back to the drawing board on that one. Spirits, who'd taken damage from the first nade, now patrolling above over towards Astro. This is a kitchen defense. So Astro is a crucial part of map control because it sits over one of the main arteries to the bomb site. You want to hold that as an attacker. You want to get your soft destruction in place because then you can also take control of the trophy and statuary components to narrow down where the defenders sit beneath you as you tear through that floor.
Absolutely, and then we see attackers are primarily focusing on a horizontal attack on the primary floor of the first floor, but they're not really progressing right now, right? McAllister working that memo angle where Jim is opening up that door right now. The wall is soft. That's going to help the attackers. Pandry sneak around, not going to work out because Kino, he hears the footsteps, takes out Vert.
God, Kino's been so good, Nick.
He has. 4-1 so far. That's after the rehost, of course.
He had, what, 4 kills in the first round, was it, I believe? Spirits got the first kill, technically, but... By the way, XSET finding their marks. Laxing gets willed back to life as it's a minute to go with a 4v3 favoring XSET. OXG got close to the bomb site, now with Laxing back up down below. What better place for a rat than in a wine cellar? And that's exactly where he is, but not exactly the rat plays that you come to expect from Laxing. Gomez finds Nurs, target acquired. Dream now taking out Spirits. Both teams trading back and forth. Laxing just a bit too slow, gets slaughtered by Diaz, who has a second kill for Dream in mind. But wait. Let him walk up. There's some Capkin traps in the way. Dream back inside a memorial. Lots of openings that have been created by those Selmas. And Dream will take a bit of damage. Miss out on an opportunity for a kill onto the Malusia Gomez. Now it's even less HP for Dream. Diffuser in hand, but there's an EDD on the doorway. Is Dream going to check? That's the real question. Doesn't look to his left, walks right in, but there was an EDD on that door frame that could have very easily taken him down. That was the one pinged earlier on. Doesn't matter, you don't need your gadgetry to do it when XSET's guns are hitting their marks. The timeout for OXG doesn't do all that much. XSET takes the immediate round. It's 4-1 in their favor. They win the first half with still 1 round to go.
That they do. Looking good so far for XSET. And Laxing was so close to a great flank there on the pantry stairs and just a little bit too slow on the Kaid. Doesn't get that 2v1. Instead, it goes oppositely for Dream. I was trying to clutch it out, but could not do so because of the crossfire established from XSET. That's going to lead us back to Trophy Statue Bomb site where XSET, well, they've had a 50-50, you know. They lost it the first time, won it the second, and now they're trying a third on the final defense of this half. And then we're going to get a side swap to see if OXG can wake up on the defensive side.
Laxing back on Thatcher, but there's still 20 seconds left for him to attack a repicker. Well, 15 technically.
Yeah.
XSET really likes this Mira setup that they do on the wall, not fully reinforcing all 3 panels. And frankly, I'm surprised that we haven't seen this strategy more in non-pro play. Ranked in particular, if you're watching this, if you know how to hold this setup, it's very strong in an uncoordinated place. It's obviously very strong in a coordinated position, too, against pro teams. But if you can hold this off and make sure that you're not getting pushed from Astro, puts the attackers in a compromising position as they have to use a lot of utility to try to open up that wall. Maybe a bit too sophisticated for average solo queue play, but still, like I said, it's definitely viable.
Yeah, grab your friends.
There you go.
Do it together.
Play with your friends. Isn't that a thing now, too? Is like you can bring back a couple.
Oh, yeah.
King George actually invited me to come back to Rainbow Six. I never stopped playing it, but I appreciate it. Though the idea of playing with King George in a ranked capacity makes me want to tear out my toenails. Newer's first kill takes out Kino. Kino had gotten a couple multi-kills for his team, but his impact in this round will not be felt outside of the mute jammers that remain as the mute is down for the count. OXG have actually gotten 4 of the 6 opening picks.
Yeah.
And it hasn't resulted in anything more than 1 round. So not ideal conversion on a very important metric that a lot of teams highly prioritize.
Kind of a bad time in there. The Twitch drone opened up that mirror window right as Newers was going to grenade it. So therefore, the player that was Jaeger went away from that mirror window, and then they didn't do any damage. Second one followed up, did a little bit, not a whole lot though. And OXG are still looking for those up nade kills. Fishing, as we say, for those kills.
Angling.
Angling
for that kill. Halfway point of the round, by the way. Mirror window's been ejected at this point, but XSET are still going to be confident in the way that they hold that part of the map. Statuary is not being let go of just yet. Maybe not Statuary, but up towards Astro. Newer's being droned on in. There's a Malusi Banshee up there, but he's worried about getting swung, so you've got the insurance policy of a nade just to keep them at bay. Draw it out. A Gone 6 will take care of the Banshee, but some of the bottom of that wall being opened up allows Vertical a long angle in. It works both ways, though, and the defenders can fire right back.
Oh.
Foxay takes out XSET. XSET's Yaga, but then Gomez has one of his own. Well played, and not the target that Foxay was going for, Nick.
No, it was not. It was a wall bang straight through, but Laxing on the bomb side now just takes full control.
That's 4-2 in favor of OXG. 30 seconds to go. Diffuser in the hands of Dream getting planted out. Can a Nitro Cell stop it in its tracks? Goes off, but it's not anywhere near where the diffuser is being planted. All the while, DS tries to retake the site. He's gone. Spirits is on the bottom floor with a Vector. 3 armor. Not particularly quick, not nimble, and doesn't really have a weapon to take multiple engagements with, but he'll stumble his way up to the top as the diffuser continues to go. OXG has his attention, and he's got the attention of them as well. Dream, the last one, after getting the diffuser down, good objective play, and then getting an exit frag to end the round and end the first half. OXG put together a final round victory, but it still favors XSET as the team swap sides.
Does. And Villa is one of those maps where if you're good at attacking it, I do feel like you can have like an attacker-filled Villa. At the same time, if your attacks aren't hitting their marks, or if the defender's aggression, like XSET was doing, just wins those gunfights, that's when it gets really, really difficult. The opening kill, getting that early shutdown of the attacker's entry is very important. It's why Aviator Games, this bomb site right here, is arguably the most played, or it is the most played, and arguably the most preferred bomb site from teams, because you can shut down those entries quite successfully on the main stairs, study balcony, etc. Attackers gotta do so much work to get a foothold on this bomb site, unless of course they go for that roam clear strat, where you go all the way to master bedroom and you work that angle instead. And that's also exactly why most defenders will send 1 or 2 players on that side of the map, like we see Fox and Vertical right now. They extend on over and they have like a small foothold. They can like sit there for a minute, kill a few drones, then fall back. In this case with Foxy on the Valkyrie, you even have some verticality in play, like I see from down below with Information Game. A big counter here, Nook on the side of Spirits. Very, very common operator on Villa as well. You can just creep out in the basement, come up a staircase, get a kill, and then fade away again.
No Nook play that we saw from Oxygen either, and of course no Finka play because she's banned. So
True.
The LMG Russian Menace, nowhere to be found. Am I talking about Fuse? Am I talking about Tachanka? Am I talking about Finka? They all are LMG Russian Menaces. the fire rate of Glaz's DMR, you could make a credible argument that thing sometimes functions like an LMG, either way. First defense for OXG up top. And if we go back to the very first half, XSET got first blood twice, OXG 4 times. They burned their timeout on OXG's side after round number 4. 3 bomb sites played, no living room library popped up.
Nope. Bit of engagement here, but no damage being done. And now with that C4 going out, we can assume as the attacker, there might be a piece of information somewhere, perhaps a Valkyrie camera, and you'll be correct because Foxy is on that particular operator, and Fox still has his own C4 as well to use if he gets the right information as to where the attackers will be coming from. Rotating shields.
I was going to say a little bit of a change there as OXG decides at the halfway point of the rally. They don't like what they're seeing, so why not move back, fortify the bomb site. XSET not attacking over from study, at least not yet. That emphasis from the attackers coming in trophy and statuary. Spirits as the Nook might be the point man to get on in, but instead Laxing sees the Zofia. Couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat on that engagement. Gomez, the first pick. XSET already up by 1.
They are in a strong position. Foxy on this flank could be so lethal with the right timing because 2 members are right above him. But it feels like that he thinks that they know his whereabouts because he backs off as he punches that barbed wire. Of course, member on that study balcony gets a kill, but it's a trade, 1-for-1.
Different players, though, not the same ones involved. Vertical out-duels Spirits as there's a swing, and then Foxy down below gets traded himself out before dragging Yaga down to the afterlife with him. A 2v2. Plenty of time left for both of these teams to sort out this affair. Problem is, both players from XSET are lined up in the same area. Anybody with a good shot could punish them for it. And that's Newers, 6 kills to his name. He's been a phenomenal player for OXG. Broke 100 kills after Playday number 8. And just looking to add to that tally, he's highlighted by the desk. But he can't outduel the Zofia of Gomez. No, instead it's Vertical to emerge from safe. And he's anything but safe. Gomez with the final 2 kills. And XSET take the very first round on attack. Remember, they win this in regulation. They go to the Berlin Major. That's pretty much the only way they're going to accomplish a trip to Germany. Yeah. Because if they win in overtime, their odds drop way too low.
10%.
That's not a comfortable spot to be in.
It's a terrible number.
1 in 10, awful odds. So anyway, XSET are very quickly putting together an impressive villa here. Again, OXG are only playing for first place. They are playing for SI points, by the way. They want to finish first in the NAL. Right now, they actually trail the Sonics based on our current tiebreaker setup. We'll see if that landscape changes. But if round differential is the most important thing, the fact that OXG's only picked up 2 rounds so far is not going to cut it, frankly. No. OXG's first defense on the Aviator did not go their way. So instead, they fly themselves over to Trophy Statuary. They'll defend the other bomb site above. Amazi comes out. It's been a while since we've actually seen Amazi get played in the NAL with any reliability.
Yeah.
If you're worried about XSET accumulating too much info, gathering too much intelligence, then Mozzie is a great operator to slow them down and make it so that your entry is fraught with peril.
That's a good point. Of course, you got Gomez with 10 kills, same with that Sophia LMG. And Spirits went from Nook to Montaigne, so a very different approach here. Although, to be fair, last round on the Nook, he was also leading the front entry for his team, so he can do that same thing now with a shield in front of his face, keeping him safe. Now, vertically speaking, this is where OHG can do some damage, right? C4 on Laxing, C4 on Foxy. If you can take out Spirits from below, massive value. But it's also why you have members just droning downstairs a floor beneath to ensure that doesn't happen. Now the Monty walks up, and this is what Monty does best. Extend the shield, walk up, be annoying. Member of your team on 90 repel, that's gonna cut the rotate. C4 gets forced out, and Fox has to sprint away, okay? Takes a bit of damage, but he'll, I wanna say lives.
For now. You can hear the rappel on the window, too. Foxy and Newers have both taken a single bullet's worth of damage, but right now that equates to about 40% of their HP. Not exactly the spot you want to find yourself in, with still a ton of time left for XSET to sort out this affair. Kino had some technical difficulties, but it seems he's back online, which is good for XSET and good for Kino and good for us, because it'll mean a closer matchup between the two of them. The Monty will be the focal point for both OXG and, of course, for us as well, to see what kind of damage can be done with Spirits being the main issue for OXG to deal with. as you can see, they banned out Smoke on Oxygen's side. One of the best operators to deal with a Montane.
Yes.
They don't have any real ability from this lineup to deal with him outside of a Nitro Cell. Laxing has one remaining and that's it. You have to wait for the Monty to be vulnerable and gun him down.
Whew.
Nice shot from Newers inside of Master. Down goes Gomez. And the Monty will continue to move upwards, take some damage from those impacts, a sturdy amount. Or a sturdy Monty, but some damage still done to him either way. Surratt angle from Foxay. Kino removes vertical. Spirits doesn't have access to the diffuser. Diaz does. He's going to look for a diffuse going down. There it is, right behind the mountain.
Oh.
Who can deal with it?
C4 from Laxing.
They know it's there, and it's from below. Laxing collects them both. He's not involved in the action on the main floor, but that's okay. He's able to narrow those numbers. Now it's Kino to go down. Yaga left to his own devices, and Newers picks up 3 kills on the round. OXG denies a match point for XSET. But there's a lot of work to be done for OXG to close that gap between these teams.
Downstairs for the full duration of that round, just waited for that right opportunity to strike. Yellow Ping came out, they had that information, tossed out the C4, got 2 kills, shut down the Munty and the Planter. And we're gonna have a quick rehost, a tech pause if you will. Rank play, pro play, neutral play. Okay, I'm sorry.
How many world championships are you going to win in ranked?
Technically none.
With some of the ways that these kids that play ranked celebrate, you'd think that they would be winning world championships by winning a single round.
You think so?
Do you knife the floor after a kill? Relax.
Whoa.
Relax. Relax, okay?
What do you do when you celebrate? You just go, let's go! You shake your arms up?
I mean, I realize that it's a video game and that there's more to life and achievements than simply clutching around, but sometimes I'll get pumped.
But it feels so good though, Parker. You win a nasty 1v2, you're shaking, adrenaline, goosebumps, you're like, oh! Like a king of the world for like 20 seconds of your life every once in a while. It feels amazing. Come on. Maybe it's because you don't, no offense, but maybe you just don't find yourself in those positions.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
A similar refrain. I mean, at the end of the day, the casting desk is the great equalizer. You know, you can make fun of me for being bad and ranked all you want, but guess what? Now you're here with me. We're on the same level. I don't care what you did. I don't care how you do. We share the same desk, my friend. So,
That's true.
That said, kitchen defense for OXG. Down below, the Monty was fun to watch.
It was?
We'll get another opportunity to do that as Spirits will go on to the French operator yet again. If it wasn't for Laxing, you gotta think that round is heavily favored for XSET, but a Nitro Cell in the dying moments of the diffuser being planted is really what makes the difference. Nobody from XSET had the wherewithal to get down below and check to see if there's a Nitro waiting.
Yep. They did a good job early on, XSET that is, to check the downstairs for the Monty, but when it comes to the bomb set itself, that's kind of when they stopped having those drones downstairs, and that's what Laxing capitalized off of. I do like the argue here, because, you know, the verticality, the Valkyrie cameras, the C4s, they are a problem. And with this IQ scanner, you can really map out the layers of this bomb site, where the claws are, the denied information, etc. And most importantly, if there's a Valkyrie camera inside of master bedroom that the defenders can use to then land a kill on you with a C4.
Is that the electric claw that we've been seeing a couple times that gets thrown into that hutch or the cabinet or whatever it is down below? Because it certainly looks like that. Tricky angle to hit. That's very dense wood.
Very dense.
Very dense wood. I don't know what they make those things out of, but boy, they just don't make them like they used to. So hard to get. Control of above, by the way, for XSET as the Monty teases them. Drawing the attention of OXG. 2 separate players from Oxygen looking in the direction of the Monty. They'll toss out some impact grenades, do about a quarter of the Montaigne's life, but that's about it.
Not catching anybody on this, defenders are moving around so much, XSET needs to hold angles and try and cut them on the rotates. Instead, Newers, he keeps running around just killing people from below, and it's Kino off the board.
Newers really is just worth his weight in gold on this team. Answered back by Yaga from XSET. That's who Newers replaced. Both teams in a 4v4. 44 seconds left. Always funny when those numbers tend to align. You know a thing or two about 4-4s.
Oh boy.
I'll start him again. Same opportunity to get the diffuser down.
Oh,
Gomez
free.
also at 10. Well, he's not just killing. He also succeeds here, and the Monty can just sit and wait. Look at all the damage that was done to Spirits, though, in that ensuing fight. OXG will have to take it right to the Mountain, who's very, very close. A long arm from Dream to try to draw them out. 1 kill from Newers, Foxy down, but there's the Mountain himself. The Mountain moves, and XSET cleans the floor with OXG, dominating them in the final 3 engagements. That's match point for XSET.
I saw that there was actually going crazy in the in-game chat there. There's a whole text there going through back and forth between these two teams, and that's because there's history between them, you know? And right now there's blood in the water because we're staring down the barrel of match point. It's 6-3 for XSET, looking like they're in a good position to make the Berlin Major after all.
No. Win for XSET means that they go to Berlin.
Regulation victory.
Regulation victory, and I'm glad that you said that because XSET right now has guaranteed themselves overtime. But as you can see from the graphic on the bottom of your screen, if XSET make it to overtime and win, that's not good enough. That is just not going to get them there. An overtime loss obviously spells the end of the hopes and dreams of the XSET roster of going to Berlin. So OXG, they're fine. They're making it no matter what. They've got their flights booked, their bags packed. They're going to Germany. XSET still in jeopardy. As for DZ, and then Parabellum, Astralis, and last but not least, Space Station. Things do not look great for them if XSET wins here because that means that the remaining 4 teams will be fighting for a single spot. 3 of those teams will be joining the NAL Losers Club.
Damn.
The No Majors Club.
Damn.
The sit at home and wonder what you could have done club that currently is occupied by Mirage, Beast Coast, and TSM.
All right, potential final round, and look at the lineup. Blitz, Amaru on the board. No line to follow up, but we're going to see here a nade or Gon6 come out. Blitz rushes to top main, 90 in Amaru. It's going to be an explosive round. It's going to start in 3, 2, and 1.
And a blitz on the board. Out you go. Where's the Amaru going to go? A flash onto the Wamai, and it's a game of chase towards Newers. OXG rebuffing the very first advance. Down goes Gomez. Dream finished off by Yaga. Blitz sees another, isolating him onto the stairs as Yaga cleans up with 2 kills. XSET only have lost the Amaru. That's it. Down goes Laxing now, but it's a trade as Fox from below finishes off Yaga. The Blitz will need to get in on it. A single player for OXG is left standing. It's Fox A. And he'll have to confront the Blitz on the stairs as Diaz has diffuser in hand. And Fox A on the stairs has more work to be done. He can see the pistol, but he can't do too much about it. Shoot away at the shield. Timer will work against Oxygen. Fox A losing more and more HP, and it's Spirits to do it.